Good morning, students. Should wizard hit mommy? It is the lesson from Vistas, written by John Updike. It is for class 12 English. It is the fourth video in which I will tell you about the lesson that proceeds from where I told you in the third video that Claire was 6 months pregnant woman and she really wanted to intervene in the story later on, but here Jack, who is narrating a story to his daughter Joe, who is 4 years old now, as it is the custom that started when she was 2 years old. So now you will understand what are the things that amuses her, that she likes to hear, but father, who is of this world view, that how father wants to narrate a story with a purpose to inject some idea into the mind that child should always follow the facts narrated to them so that they would like, instead of questioning, instead of just understanding what they think because it is the experience of their parents, that they understand and like to narrate the story. So you will understand now what did happen. Wizard said, "Go to the end of the lane and turn around 3 times and look down the magic well." And he would earn 3 pennies. Means if Roger Skunk would move around this very magic well 3 times, certainly he would earn 3 pennies that would be given to the wizard. When Roger Skunk earns 3 pennies, he goes back to the wizard, and wizard gave him that very rose smell, and he felt delighted. After feeling delighted, he comes back to the jungle where other animals gathered, being attracted by the rose smell, and they played together. What kind of games did Roger Skunk play with the Roger Skunk? That you will know. He played various kinds of game. They played tag. What is this tag? It is the game in which one animal catches the others when they escape. Baseball, football, and basketball. Lacrosse, that you will understand. What is lacrosse here? They played, all these animals played lacrosse, hockey, soccer, and pick-up sticks. They played together. Really, these are the games that were played. Once again, I would like to tell you what games they played. They played tag, baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, soccer, football, and pick up sticks. Really, these are the games that delighted. What is pick up sticks? It is a game that is played with sticks, like the wizard's magic wand, and they played games and laughed all afternoon. All these animals delighted, they felt, and it began to get dark. They all ran home to their mummies. All these creatures went back to their mummies. Joe started fussing with her hands and looked out of the window at the crack of day that showed under the shed. Here she thought the story was all over. Jack did not like women. Why? When they took anything for granted, he liked them apprehensive, hanging on his words. Now, Joe, are you listening? Father asked. Daughter eagerly told, yes, that she liked. Here, Roger Skunk said, it is me, mommy. He came and he smelled like roses. And it was very interesting. Roger Skunk's mommy said, what is that awful smell? And he said, Roger Skunk said, it was roses. It smelled like roses. Now, and he said, the wizard, who made that? Wizard made it, she said. Well, of all the nerve he had come with him. So now they were going right back to that very awful wizard. Mother said. Means who said? Mother Skunk said. Mother Skunk wanted to go back to that very wizard when they came. Jo sat up, her hands dabbling in the air with genuine fright. What was the fright? What was the reason? That other animals who ran away now started to play. But mommy, all the other little animals run away. If he had got back the same smell, he was afraid. And mother went back to that very wizard and hit him with the umbrella that she had, because mother did not like it. She did not like to change the wizard, could not change it. The young Roger Skunk cried. But she was quite confident that it would happen. So she went back to him, and it was certainly like that. In the meantime, they heard some sound. What was this sound of? This was the sound of the locomotives. Locomotives means the rail engine that sounded oo oo, choo choo, and that brought Daddy Skunk home from Boston. It was a sound that came from Boston. And when Roger Skunk was in bed, Mommy Skunk came up and hugged him and said he smelled like her little baby skunk again, and she loved him very much. And that is the end of the story. But Daddy, what? Then who asked? Joe asked. No, because eventually they got used to the way he was and did not mind it at all. Means now the other creatures started liking her. What would happen the next? That was a stupid mommy. It was the idea that was brought out by Joe. It was not, father said, with a rare emphasis, and believed from her expression that she realized he was defending his own mother to her. Who was defending? Jack was defending his own mother, because he was in the habit of just understanding the things that his mother told her, and he wanted to inject this idea that whatever mother tells, that must be followed without a question. This idea was intervened in the mind of this very girl, but she did not like it to happen. At night, they had supper, and in supper they had lima beans, celery, liver, mashed potatoes, and pie. Here you can see what is celery. It is kind of plant that is used as the salad, picture of, here it is the picture of lima beans that is also used in the supper. Moreover, they had mashed potatoes and pie. Here, Joe was not happy. Father told her that he would tell the story the next day. But she stressed on listening to that. She wanted the end of the story in her own way, as it was useful for the rosary skunk that other creatures liked. And father was adamant that whatever mothers tell, that should be followed. And so Claire realized something listening to the story. What was it? That you must know. Actually, father was tired of telling her stories, so he wanted her to sleep, but father could not change. But Claire, who was very much tired and doing her household works, what was that? She had spread the newspapers and opened the paint can. Wearing an old shirt off his own top of her maternity asthma, was stroking the chair rail with a dipped brush. Here, above the footsteps vibrated and he called. Father called, "June, shall I come up there and spank you?" The footsteps hesitated. That was a long story. That was a long story, father told. That was a long story, Claire said. Joe's mother. The poor kid, father answered with utter weariness. Watched his wife labor. His wife was working so hard. The woodwork, a case of moldings and rails and baseboards all around them, was half old tan and half new ivory. Half old tan and half new ivory, and he felt caught in an ugly middle position. Though he as well felt his wife's presence in the case with him. He did not want to speak with her, walk with her, touch her, anything. Means here tells that Jack did not like to work, did not like his wife because he married her due to his mother's instruction and she was working so hard, but it was his responsibility to give her company, to complete the household works and help her due to his mother's desire. Means mother is very, very important for a person who guides us, and that must be followed. It is the idea that the writer wants to tell. So in this way, he completed all these works that mother told him. So here it is the life that goes on. In this way, the writer wants to tell that mother's words must be followed, whatever she instructs, and Joe should also understand this very truth. Thank you, children.